AlphaTauri may be Red Bull's second team, but its newly launched 2023 car shows it's still keen to go its own way in terms of design. That's despite having access to parts from Red Bull technology, which also makes the all-conquering Red Bull F1 car. Although AlphaTauri uses some parts, it doesn't go anywhere near as far as Haas does in its Ferrari partnership. The AlphaTauri AT04 that was revealed in renders released in tandem with its New York Fashion Show launch event uses the same Honda power unit, gearbox, hydraulics and rear suspension as Red Bull, but it does the rest itself. Although what's called the Synergy program, which was adopted in 2019, is designed to maximise crossover with Red Bull, AlphaTauri has favoured picking and choosing its parts in recent years. This year, that means a mix of 2022 and 23 specification Red Bull parts, as well as plenty of its own design. AlphaTauri has to design its own aerodynamic surfaces according to the regulations, as well as other parts such as the monocoque, but it has flexibility in other areas. That includes the front suspension, where it appears to be continuing to run a pushrod configuration that's very different to Red Bull's pull rod design of last year. This approach leaves AlphaTauri with design freedom to produce a car that has often punched above its weight in the midfield. But that's something that didn't happen last year, meaning the changes it has made this year to create more potential are vital if it's to return to the kind of form that made it a lucky race winner in 2020 and occasionally the third fastest car in 2021. Given the AlphaTauri AT04 was only revealed in a series of renders, much of the detail of the car remains hidden. As our technical expert Gary Anderson said, the car in the renders looks too neat and simple to be the real thing. And with the New York launch featuring a show car only to show the livery, there's limited information to go on. But there are some significant design features that these renders point to, albeit with the caveat that we will have to wait for the real car to hit the track to be sure about them. The basic shape of much of the car doesn't appear dramatically different from last year, with the sidepod concept similar. The cooling inlets at the front of the sidepods have also changed shape from squarer last year to a more rounded one. The floor shown is also a simple one, so we can't draw too many conclusions from that. But the side-on view does reveal something interesting, in that the front wheels appear to have been pushed further forward. If that is an accurate representation, it appears that AlphaTauri were not at the maximum permitted wheelbase last year. Why might this be significant? Because this was a key desired change Technical Director Jody Egginton outlined in his summary of the limitations of last year's car, which proved very difficult to balance. Getting a consistent balance between entry and mid-corner proved extremely challenging. In an interview with The Race late last year, Egginton revealed AlphaTauri was looking at moving the front suspension forwards because this was what he called a key aerodynamic driver. Given that the position of the AT04's inlets for radiators and floor look unchanged relative to the cockpit, the gap between the floor inlet and front axle could only be changed by moving the axle forward. The renders do suggest a slightly extended gap between the axle line and cockpit. This gives the airflow coming around the front wheels more distance in which to align itself with the floor inlets and should in theory give a more consistent feed to the underfloor. This in turn could open up a wider window of traits between different phases of the corner and between corners of different speeds. The hope is that this unlocks significant performance and potential for ongoing development, and AlphaTauri needs it if it's to re-emerge as a midfield force. After last season's struggles finishing 9th in the championship with what was on average the 7th fastest car, AlphaTauri has promised it will be back to business this year. Having had a car capable of taking the fight to Ferrari and McLaren at the front of the midfield in 2021, it slid down the order in the first year of the new regulations. And while there were regular upgrades during the year, AlphaTauri became less competitive as the season progressed. One of the ways it hopes to improve on that is by adopting a strategy of having more, smaller updates, what Jody Egginton calls more of a rolling upgrade strategy. This is in keeping with the approach AlphaTauri adopted in the years before 2022, which followed struggles in 2018 with making a major upgrade package work. In order to achieve this, it needs to find more consistent gains in the wind tunnel and CFD after last year's stuttering progress. The aim is that the AT04 will not only be a car that has greater aerodynamic load, but also that allows the team to have more fine control over the sensitivities and characteristics, and to once again aspire to fight at the front of the midfield. The purpose of Red Bull's other team is not as clear as it once was. In its Toro Rosso days, it had a well-defined objective. It was the final test for Red Bull's best junior drivers and a place where they could be properly scrutinised for a potential Red Bull racing drive. Then things changed. Red Bull's junior team became its sister team and got a new identity as AlphaTauri, and the objectives shifted too. AlphaTauri is still a feeder team for Red Bull Racing, but serves mainly as an ambassador for Red Bull's fledgling fashion brand. In the era of the cost cap and fairer financial distribution and closer competition, it also harbours grander on-track ambitions. The AlphaTauri era had a very good start. Pierre Gasly famously won the 2020 Italian Grand Prix, repeating Sebastian Vettel's incredible feat at the team's home race. And AlphaTauri equalled Toro Rosso's best ever championship position with 6th in 2021, with Gasly scoring another podium in that season too. 2022 was then a very disappointing backward step, and AlphaTauri could easily end up treading water this year. It has catching up to do on the technical side, and with Honda-backed Yuki Tsunoda an enigmatic talent and Nick de Vries a rookie signed from outside the Red Bull family, its drivers don't really look like Red Bull Racing prospects. So in 2023, the only purpose AlphaTauri may successfully serve is to be a high-speed advertising board for Red Bull's niche fashion label. Launching the car at New York Fashion Week suggests that's absolutely a priority for now, but the key question is, will Red Bull continue to support two F1 teams long-term? Since the death of Red Bull founder Dietrich Mateschitz late last year, there has been speculation about AlphaTauri's future. And in its current form, it may only be relevant to the company as long as Red Bull's fashion label is in vogue. Teams are valuable commodities now, so AlphaTauri would fetch a handsome price if sold. Hundreds of millions, certainly. And sooner or later, every team owner, even one as rich as Red Bull, will ponder the value of the asset they are sitting on and if the time has come to sell. In such a moment, the success of the team and the return on investment will be key factors. AlphaTauri may need to make a more convincing argument on both counts.